And last year, if you recall what the weather was like, 105 degrees in Danville. And I know that because we were on the NBC Bay Area float.
Oh, gosh.
We were thankfully behind the float with the mist. It was very pleasant, but boy, a year ago, big changes. This year, that's not going to be a problem. We've got some cooler changes arriving by the 4th of July. Right now, though, still plenty warm inland. We did finish the weekend with some 90s. As you see for San Jose, not quite as hot at 80 degrees, trending a little bit cooler than 24 hours ago, but still mid-90s earlier today in Walnut Creek, and still 90 degrees. Technically cooler by 3 degrees compared to yesterday at the same time. 80s again around San Rafael with some hazy sunshine and heading back towards the Golden Gate Bridge. Perfect weekend for weather around the Bay Area. Not so much getting pictures of the Golden Gate Bridge. As you can see, the low clouds. Towers have disappeared there. You're driving into the clouds. 62 degrees with some misty skies across the bridge. And check that out. Right on the satellite view, you can see the low clouds pushing across the bay there. So that ocean air conditioning on, bringing in the clouds. And we will wake up to some low clouds a bit farther inland tomorrow morning. So there's a bit of a change. May even get out through the Carquinez Strait and bank up there along the Altamont Pass for the morning. And then during the afternoon, sunny skies. Also keep in mind, you'll be watching the radar there north of Lake County for the risk of any lightning spark fires up on the northern coastal mountains. If your travel plans include areas north of Lake County or by Shasta, watch out for that the next couple of afternoons. Morning temperatures starting off in the 50s, then with those clearing skies inland, comfortable range of highs. Inland again, we should see those numbers climbing into the 70s to some 80s inland, trending a little bit cooler as we head towards the second half of the week. There you see the daily chances of thunderstorms to our north. Don't expect much around the Bay Area, just locked in by these low clouds, which by the 4th of July, unlike last year when we had heat warnings around the Bay Area, we're likely going to see the opposite. So notice the downward trend of temperatures from those 80s and 90s in the valleys around Wednesday, Thursday, more 80s starting to show up. And then by Friday and the 4th of July, looks like mostly 70s inland. Concord about 81 degrees. It's about 15 degrees cooler than what we've seen this weekend. But the question is, will that cooling involve low clouds around fireworks time? Right now, it looks like we'll see coastal fog during the day, and during the evening, some of those low clouds may try to creep inland. So stay tuned on fireworks viewing around the Bay Area. We will certainly see some cooler temperatures as we head towards the second half of the week. So San Francisco back to the blustery and cool as the fog pours across the bay. Low 60s later in the week, and we lose the 90s from the forecast, I think, probably by Thursday and Friday. In fact, 4th of July right now could be the coolest day of the week. So kind of the opposite of a year ago, as we could see those inland highs looking nice and comfortable, 70s and 80s inland for the 4th.
That looks downright pleasant for the 4th of July.
It does look nice for a change.
Exactly. Thanks, Rob.